This is Fox Question News Watch. We have an important update on a case before the U.S. Supreme Court that could have historic consequences for American democracy. The court has scheduled oral arguments for October 15th in the Louisiana redistricting case. This is one of the first cases of the new term, and the speed with which it has been taken up is a sign of just how significant it is. At stake is nothing less than Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, the provision that applies nationwide to prevent discrimination against minority voters. If Section 2 is struck down, states like Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, and Texas could redraw maps in ways that erase Black and Hispanic opportunity districts. This would have devastating consequences for voting rights and the 2026 midterms. We all remember Shelby County v. Holder in 2013, when the court gutted Section 5 of the act, which required states with a history of discrimination to get pre-clearance before changing voting rules. Since then, Section 2 has been the central tool for protecting minority voters from discriminatory maps and laws. Without it, gerrymandering would be unchecked. The fact that the court scheduled arguments so early suggests it wants to decide this quickly, possibly in time to affect the 2026 elections. If they strike down Section 2, Republican-controlled states could immediately dismantle minority districts, reshaping political power across the country. But we cannot give up hope. Section 2 has been upheld repeatedly since its amendments under President Reagan in 1982. Conservative courts for decades have reaffirmed it, applying it to case after case. This precedent is strong, and we must hold the court accountable to the law. In fact, just a few years ago, Section 2 was upheld in an Alabama case, proving victories are possible. The danger is real, though. Some justices have openly questioned whether Section 2 should stand. To preserve it, the court's decision will likely hinge on at least 2 of 3 justices: Chief Justice Roberts, Justice Kavanaugh, and Justice Barrett. Their past rulings suggest they should uphold it, but their writings raise doubts. This makes the outcome uncertain and deeply concerning. If Section 2 falls, the consequences would be catastrophic. Without protections against racial discrimination in redistricting and with partisan gerrymandering, already unchecked Republican legislatures could redraw maps across dozens, even hundreds of districts. Opportunity districts that give minority communities representation could vanish, reversing decades of progress. That is why it is critical for everyone to stay engaged. Share this information with your friends and family. Pay attention to this case and refuse to give in to cynicism. The opponents of democracy want Americans to believe the system is rigged and hopeless. That belief is their greatest weapon. We cannot let democracy die in plain sight. The law is clear, precedent is clear, and justice demands that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act remain intact. If we continue to fight, stay informed, and hold the court accountable, we can once again secure a victory for democracy. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and share this message. This case is not only about Louisiana, it is about the future of voting rights in America. So highly recommend for anybody who has not yet subscribed to Fox Question News YouTube channel.